A as a percentage of B. To represent something as a percentage of something else, we first of all have to write it down as a fraction. So if we look at example 1, what percentage of the marbles are red? So we take how many marbles are actually red, and as you can see from the picture, there's 3. Out of how many marbles altogether? And if you're to count them, there are 10 marbles altogether. Now, if possible, if we can multiply 10 by something to make 100, so if we could write an equivalent fraction, we can see 10 times 10 gives me 100. Whatever you do to the bottom, you've got to do the same to the top. So 3 times 10 is 30. Now we've written 3 tenths is equal to 30 100ths, which means we can see straight away that 30 over 100 is equivalent to 30%. Let's have a look at example 2. So Darcy Ann got 21 out of 25 for her most recent math test. What was her score as a percentage? So like we said before, we're going to write 21 out of 25 as a fraction. 21 over 25. Now, can we multiply 25 by something to get 100? Yes, we can. If you multiply 25 by 4, that gives you 100. So we're going to write this as an equivalent fraction. So we multiply the denominator by 4. We're going to have to do the same to the top. Multiply that by 4, which gives you 84. So 84 out of 100 would give you 84%. Our third example, what is £12 as a percentage of 60? So again, the first thing we're going to write is 12 out of 60 as a fraction. 12 divided by 60. Now, just by looking at that, 60 times what gives you 100? We're going to have to use a calculator for this, so we're not going to change it into an equivalent fraction for this example. So what we're going to do is we're going to write, we've written it as a fraction, we're now going to change it into decimal. So to do so, we say 12 divided by 60. So that would give us a decimal. And then once we've got that, we're going to multiply by 100, which will change it into a percentage. So 12 divided by 60 times 100 will give us 20%. And our last example we're going to do together, what is £30 as a percentage of £48? So again, the first thing would be write it as a fraction, 30 over 48. And again, we won't be able to write that as an equivalent fraction with over 100, so we're going to use our calculator, change it into a decimal initially, so it's going to be 30 divided by 48, and then multiply by 100 to change it into a percentage. So 30 divided by 48 times 100 is 62.5%. So now over to you, so you can try some of these questions yourself. So I've got 3 questions on the board here. All I want you to do is press pause, try the questions, show some working. Remember, write an equivalent fraction if you can. If you can't, then use a calculator. Once you're ready, press play again and I'll go through the answers with you. Okay, so welcome back. So the first question was, Sean got 18 out of 20 in a test. So as a fraction, the first thing you should have done was 18 over 20. That'll give you your fraction. Can you write that as an equivalent fraction? Hopefully you did write that as an equivalent fraction, with your denominator being 100. 20 times 5 gives you 100, so you do the same to the top. 18 times 5, which gives you 90. So 90 over 100 as an equivalent fraction, changing to percentage, is 90%. Your second example was, what is £35 as a percentage of 50? So the first thing you should have done was written it as a fraction, 35 over 50. We can write that as an equivalent fraction, with your denominator being 100. 50 times 2 gives you 100, so you do the same to the top. 35 times 2 gives you 70. 70 over 100 is the same as 70%. And your last question you had was, John achieved 9 out of 15 for his recent prelim. What is his prelim score as a percentage? So 9 over 15. So 9 out of 15 written as a fraction is 9 over 15. Now you can't write that as an equivalent fraction over 100. So we're just going to use our calculators. So what you should have done was 9 divided by 15, which changes it into a decimal, then multiplied by 100 to change it into a percentage. So when you do that on your calculator, you should have got 60%.